What up guys, welcome back to 88-Bit Tech, and today I've got something very cool for you guys. I'm upgrading the cooler on my main PC. It has an Adegrees cooler with six copper heat pipes. That is this one RGB? This one is not RGB, which is completely fine. I don't typically like RGB on my system anyway. But I am currently running a Ryzen 5 5800X and it runs really hot. So I actually have this running on the upgraded Eco mode on my computer right now. So the TDP is only at 95 watts. Because at its normal TDP, which I believe is 165? No. 135. No, 145. At its normal TDP, which is a lot higher, it was thermal throttling. Even with this beefy 6 copper heat pipe, 2 fans, 2 heat sinks, it just wasn't working. So I've upgraded to the cheapest AIO you can find on AliExpress. I think I paid somewhere around $70 for this, Australian, so it's about 47 US dollars for a 240mm ARGB AIO. The next problem is it won't fit in this case. So I've got a new case that I'm swapping out, and I'm going to do a fun little test. I'm going to test both of these in the new system to see which one actually gets the 5800X cooler. Is it going to be the Adegrees tower cooler or the Aigo AC SE 240 AIO? This is bound to be a chilling test.
Okay, so we've got everything in the new case here, and since I can't be asked to put in the 2 fans at the top, I've got a really elegant solution. Here we go. We're gonna keep this off the top just to get more airflow in there, so it has a fair chance against the AIO. And yeah, let's slap the glass on there and see how the temperatures go. Alright, we've got the fan running in there. It's ready to go. One last step. And it's as professional as they get. Right, B1? As you can see, we have the monstrosity running. Fan is on in there, so we've got 2 exhaust fans. That's spinning, and we've got the 3 intake fans as well. We're gonna go ahead and get the test started. And the overclocking. So running at eco mode, 95 watts. I'm just gonna set it to auto. Ooh, the temperatures are already climbing. We're at 84 degrees. No thermal throttling just yet, but oh, it's hitting there. There we go. We've got 86 degrees on the CPU die, 85 degrees. It's getting pretty toasty. The core clocks are staying at roughly 4.5, 4.3. We haven't quite hit a thermal throttle yet, at least not down here. 90 degrees. 90.5 degrees on CPU CD1. So let's just let this run and come back when it finishes here and see what kind of score we finish with on the multi-core. Okay, so it's just finishing the render now. We didn't experience any thermal throttling, but we did get a high temperature of 92.5 Celsius. And the score actually is not great. We previously did this test in eco mode at 95 TDP, 95 watts, and we got it to 824 with PBO set to auto, and the speeds stayed at about 4.5 megahertz. So pretty good. At 100% utilization, we're reaching almost 90 across the board. So that's not great for the tower cooler. Still no thermal throttling though. Oh, the score's actually climbing. We might beat the eco mode here. I spoke too soon. Looks like we finished on a score of 816, which is 8 points less than in eco mode when I ran this test before. Okay, so that's 816 is the score to beat. You can see the system there. Time to swap it out. Alright guys, we're back and we've got the Aigo AC SE 240mm AIO installed. Gonna go ahead and get the hardware info running. And also get Cinebench running. Let's see. We're at kind of pretty high temperatures idle. Yeah, so we've got this started, and I tested it with the iwongou tower cooler. We got 816 and a high of, I believe it was 92.5 degrees Celsius. So let's start tracking this here. We were getting a bunch of red values in the temperatures on hardware info, but we didn't actually thermal throttle yesterday, so that was pretty good for the tower cooler, but still not ideal to be up in the 90s and high 80s. We'll come back in about 10 minutes once this finishes rendering. And the rendering has finished, and we got a score of 825. We actually beat our 824 on eco mode and beat the tower cooler by 9 points. That's not a huge difference, but where the main difference comes down to is definitely the temperatures. Let's see. So we only got one value to hit red, and on a maximum we got 85.8, so versus 92.5. So this is way cooler, and I'm sure I can get it even cooler if I adjust the fan curves. So it's pretty much easy win for the Aigo AC SE 240. So this is an AIO cooler that I got for $47 US, taxes and delivery included. So that's the cheapest you can find. And yeah, this iwongou cooler just couldn't hold up. So there you have it, guys. Pretty definitive winner there, but I don't think any of us are surprised by that. The Aigo AC SE 240mm AIO cooler just trounced the iwongou tower cooler. We got 7 to 10 degrees cooler with the AIO as opposed to the tower cooler. Only hit one kind of high limit with just one of the values there, whereas we were getting reds across the board, at least in HW info with the tower cooler. One caveat is when the AIO cooler is on full tilt, it does get really loud, and even now it's still at like kind of idle. It's still kind of loud, like definitely way more louder than the iwongou tower cooler, but that's as to be expected with an AIO. But for $47 US, this is one of the cheapest 240mm AIOs that you can get, and it can effectively cool a 5800X, which runs super hot. And look, any other CPU above that that runs super hot,
this 240mm AIO will do it. One critique I do have is the Aigo AIO doesn't have adjustable ARGB, so you're kind of just stuck with the rainbow vomit. I mean, if you're into that, that's fine, but you can't even shut it off, which is annoying for me because I generally like my system to have no RGB. You're probably wondering why I upgraded my case to one that has RGB fans. Mainly is because the price was right. This case cost me like $30 brand new, and it had enough room to fit a 240mm AIO. That said, iwongou, like literally in the last 2 days, just released a 240mm AIO on AliExpress for basically $10 cheaper than the Aigo AIO. And the iwongou one has adjustable ARGB. So I did pick that up, and I will review that one in the future because I did need another cooler for a build anyway, so I'll throw the Aigo in that one and I'll swap the iwongou into this one. But yeah, I'll leave links for both of the products in my description below. Like I said, I haven't tested the iwongou AIO yet, but I'll leave the link there just so that that way you guys can check it out for yourselves if you did want to pick it up. They are affiliate links and they will help me out, but at no extra cost to you. If you do have any questions about this Aigo cooler or this Aigo AIO or the iwongou tower cooler, please leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like the video, please like the video, as it really does help the channel out. If you want to see more content that I release, please subscribe by clicking on my face over here. And if you want to see some other dope videos that I've released, check out these two over here. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.